All right, so in this video today, I wanted to show y'all some simple things that you can do with old hoses. All right. I have this old hose here that I have been cutting down and repurposing for like all kind of cool little things around the garden. And all I used was my little trimmer that I used to like cut the garden hedges with. I used them to cut them into these pieces and to slit a hole down. This is one of the ones that I made, and I used it to clip onto this stick. This is what's keeping this plastic down on my little makeshift low tunnel that I have here. And I created this from some sticks that I trimmed down in the yard that were drying out in a little corner over there. And so I put the stick here, and then I went and cut the hose up. Yes, it's not firm, but I have sticks in there holding the hose up. Okay. And basically I just used the Y shape of the stick and I cut it, and I used that to hold the middle part of the hose up so it doesn't collapse on the plants in there. And I had ordered this net thing off of Amazon, and also some greenhouse plastic, but I just crisscrossed them. I stick the sticks in the ground, and then I stick the hose over it, and I ran them crisscross. And some of them I actually put a little tie on. Let me put this back down. So just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, you know when the branches are growing on a stick, I use these a lot. So this is literally holding up these branches, all these Y-shaped branches. That's what's also holding up that hose. Same thing here, Y-shape. Stick it in the ground. Let it be a little support trellis. And I have a bunch of those over there as well, same thing. And it's just holding up the plants. And the third way that I'm using the hose is to act as a all-natural gravity-fed drip system. I have a plastic greenhouse here, so I burned a hole in the side. If you have a soldering iron, you can use one. In my case, I didn't. I just heated up a screwdriver, and I used it to melt a hole in the side, big enough for me to pass the hose through. I cut the hose, and with this is from the dollar store. All it is it's one of those car plastic funnels. I went ahead and glued this in with one of those Gorilla sprays that are heavy duty and they dry really quickly. And basically every time it rains, the water comes down through and a little bit of the water drips. So I melted holes in the bottom of the hoses, and basically I just hang them over. See there? And it keeps going over, and I have holes, and this one stops in this pot. Then I have another one over there. I have one in each corner. Same thing there. And this one, it actually goes over these plant pots here. And I put a stick there to try to brace it. And then it goes and it ends over there. So the only ones I really have to come in here and water is this one. Oh, that's like one of my grow trays. And this one is a test I'm doing. We'll see how it goes. I have potatoes in here. I feel like this made the garden take off. Because when I came back, I was like, what in the world? I know I planted seeds, but all these things started growing like crazy. The potatoes finally started growing. The peppers finally started growing. And I'm telling you, it made a huge difference. The first time I had one of these hoses pouring into one bucket only, man, when I came back in there that same day, there was those little what do they call them, roly-polies, the little calipers. They had all climbed up the hose to escape because there was too much water. So that's when I realized, I was like, okay, let me come back in here and test this system out. And I started poking holes in the bottom, and once I did that, everybody was happy. So anyway, so that's just some of my tips on how to use a old hose in your garden. Don't throw these things away. Every time I've turned around, I've been able to use it for something. If you don't decide to use these as the little low tunnel hoop houses, I'm telling you, these would be great as clamps to clamp the cloth onto it, because you need that. And when I was looking for that was a struggle. Try to do what you can. Try to find free stuff. There's still people posting free stuff on Craigslist. Go on there, see if people got pots, if they got planks so you can make a bed, if they are getting rid of different things, and get creative and use it. Don't just collect this stuff and don't use it. It's pointless. A lot of these bins here, I got them from Craigslist. just because you don't have the money to do something doesn't mean you can't do it. Especially with all the food that we buy from the grocery store that got seeds in it, that you could be testing out and looking up videos on that specific item and learning how to grow it. Learn all you can about that one thing. Don't just start just plucking stuff in this, just putting seeds in the soil. Like, learn all about it, like how to grow it, how to prune it. Anyway, that is it. Thank you for watching. I hope this encourages somebody to pick something small, just one thing, and learn all about it and start gardening. Take care. May the peace of the Lord be with you. And if you don't have peace, start seeking the Lord now while he can be found.